Hello, my name is John Palazzolo. I am a PhD student at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, and this is my presentation of my research for the 2021 NASPSPA Annual Conference. High school and collegiate sports are currently at their highest participation level measured. From 2017 to 2018, approximately 8 million high school students participated in at least one sport, and during the same time period, almost 500,000 college athletes participated in at least one sport. In addition, female participation in sports has seen a greater increase than males in both age levels over the past 20 years. With an increase in participation, it may be correct to conclude that an absolute increase in the number of sport-related injuries are likely to occur. If this can be accepted, it may also be accepted that the risk of concussions may also be elevated. Postural control is a return to play variable, measured through the center of pressure displacement, COP, with greater displacement indicating poor postural control. Given the diversity of athletes who participate in sports with respect to sex and age, and the lack of large-scale studies that explore these factors, there is a need to identify how postural control differs among these groups so that information can be used for both basic and clinical science purposes. The purpose of our study was twofold. First, to determine the extent to which postural control may differ across age and between sexes in a large sample of high school and college-age athletes ages 14 to 22, and the application of a moderator analysis on the center of pressure displacement values of a large number of high school and collegiate athletes aged the same as before. Our two hypotheses were that females would exhibit better postural control than their male counterparts, and that older athletes would exhibit better postural control than their younger counterparts. This data was gathered through a multi-center study using the B-Trax balance board. The B-Trax balance board is a portable force plate and software which can quickly perform balance testing in under 2 minutes, with the participant standing on the board with their feet shoulder-width apart, hands on their hips and their eyes closed in over 3 20-second trials. Our original size of our database was 10,045, but after applying the inclusion criteria of the need of identification of sex, sport, and age, our final sample size was 8,324, with 2,892 females and 5,432 males. Our original analysis used a two-way ANOVA in which sex and age were our independent variables, and the center of pressure displacement divided by BMI was our dependent variable. A significant sex and age interaction was observed, as well as a main effect for age, with the lowest ratio observed at age 22. However, a main effect of sex was not observed, in which this ratio displayed only large observable differences between ages 14 to 15. Afterwards, the two sexes displayed only small differences, especially at ages 17 and 21. The decrease in the male center of pressure divided by BMI ratio may suggest both a stabilization of center of pressure displacement and an increase in BMI, which may suggest that sex-related differences in balance may be associated to differences in developmental trajectory. However, we have since updated our analysis and have reanalyzed our data through a moderator analysis. A moderator analysis allows for an increased resolution of our continuous variables, provides more accurate prediction of the effect of our categorical value, may allow for the prediction of normative values of postural control based on both age and sex of the athlete, and increase the specificity of concussions when determining altered postural control post-injury. A moderation analysis is used to determine whether the relationship between two variables, in our case two continuous variables, our COP or BBT BMI ratio and age in years, depends on or is moderated by the value of a third variable, in our case our categorical value of sex. Here we are asking if sex affects the direction or strength of the relationship between balance and age. Analysis of the COP BMI indicated a significant mean sex difference as well as a quadratic association with age, such that balance scores normalized to BMI were lower for older athletes, but the magnitude of those age differences also decreased as the athlete age increased. Furthermore, the interaction of age and sex was significant for both linear and quadratic terms, indicating that younger female athletes exhibited better postural control compared to their male counterparts, but these sex differences were abated in older athletes. In conclusion, these data suggest that there are sex and age differences in postural control. Females generally have better balance than males, and postural control gets better with age, at least up to age 20. Furthermore, even when controlling for body mass index, sex differences still exist in ages 14 to 15, and to a lesser extent into early adulthood. Thus, sex and age should be accounted for within a normative database of postural control. Thank you for viewing my presentation, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.